Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie. Today I decided that I wanted to start my round 2 of my Goodreads Choice Awards challenge because, let's be real, I have kind of stopped my 2011 and I just feel like I need to add more books to it, I guess. So I decided that I would film my kind of reactions to finding out what books I have put on my want to read list from 2012. And also when it comes to sequels, and in some cases what books I actually have here owned. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I'm not screen recording because I need a new editing program, and I'm not going to even attempt to make it to force this to screen record because no. So let's get started right now. And now I will not see my face anymore, so I hope that everything's focused. I am on the 2011 Goodreads Choice Awards, so I will just press on 2012. And then we will get to the full first page and just see what does that look like. Okay, I read one of them, Shadow of Night for Paranormal Fantasy, when that was a separate category, and that's what I've read of the winners, which is kind of fun. And then I can also see the nominees, which ones I put on my shelves. So yeah, interesting. Let's start with fiction. I doubt that I will have any on there. Okay, let's just look. I don't think I have any on there, and I didn't. Like, I'm not a big fiction reader. I know that in some years I will probably have one or two, but yeah. Okay, mystery and thriller. Yeah, will I have any? Oh, Alexander McCall Smith. I do want to start that series, but I'm not up to number 13. I did try to look up to see, because he's a white man who's lived his entire life in Africa, and he's writing about this, well, it's a woman detective agency, and I tried to look up if it was a good representation for it, and I couldn't find anything, which surprised me. But yeah, okay, next is historical. Like, I'm just can you tell I'm okay, best fantasy. If I don't have anyone for best fantasy, okay, when it comes to the Stephen King, The Wind Through the Keyhole, I will actually put the cover up because I want to. If that hadn't been book number, what book is it? It's number 4.5. I would probably have wanted to read that because that cover, glorious. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, City of Dragons. I am not on that. Oh, The Killing Moon by N.K. Jemisin. I've heard of N.K. Jemisin, but I have not heard about that book. But I put it on, I want to read it. Okay, we'll see. I will need to see if my library has that one, I think. Okay, paranormal fantasy. Yeah, this was a separate category. Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. That's the sequel to A Discovery of Witches. And I need to pick up the third book again. And it wouldn't surprise me if the third book is also for next year, 2013, in there. The first one was definitely my favorite. I wasn't the biggest fan of the second one, but for some reason I gave it 4 stars. Well. Okay, is there anyone else? The Rook. Daniel O'Malley. Okay. I mean, fine. Okay. The Body You're Wearing Used to Be Mine. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. And none other on that list. Okay. So far I have 2 books. Science fiction. Let's see. Do I have anyone here? Caliban's War, that's the sequel to Leviathan Wakes. I DNF'd that one because I would have to return it to the library and then reborrow it. So I have DNF'd it for now, so it's not in the running. None. I have 2 books so far. Okay, romance. Have I put anything from romance? No. Horror. Okay, now I'm scared. Please tell me that I haven't accidentally put anything from horror on this. Thank you. Memoir, autobiography. I doubt that I put anything on there. No, because I found that a lot of them are like US based, and well, it makes sense, it's a US site, but it's like, well, don't really care. And then history and biography, none. Best non-fiction. Is there anyone here? No. Food and cookbooks. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. Oh, A Feast of Ice and Fire. Oh yeah, I used to follow that blog. She's a food blogger, and I used to follow her. And then she put out a book, and I must have put it on my list. And that book is, yeah, books and foods from the well, Game of Thrones. So yes, and I actually have some bookmarked, not on this computer, on another computer. Humor, Dartward, Wade and Son. I read that one. No, well. Graphic novels and comics. I mean, okay, none. Poetry. Oh, thank you. Whew. Okay, Goodreads author. I do think that when we come to YA, Cinder, yeah, it was fine. I will not continue on with a series. And again, Shadow Knight. Young adult, best young adult fiction. None. And then we have mashup of young adult, science fiction and fantasy. Shadow and Bone is on here. That means that the sequel will probably be for next year. The Immortal Rules. Wow. Vampire book. Okay. The Raven Boys. Yeah. And the Diviners. Okay. Now we are getting some. And they're all YA. I'm not in a YA mood. Like at all. This is... okay. Then we have middle grade and children's. The Land of Stories by... well, the first book in the Land of Stories series, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. The False Prince by Jennifer L. Nielsen. Like, it was ages ago. Okay, The Beyonders. Seeds of Rebellion by Brandon Moore. That was the audiobook that took me 8 months to read. Or listen to, yeah. The Hero's Guide to Saving the Kingdom. That sounds hilarious. Yeah, that must be why I put it there. Huh, so interesting. And then we have picture books, which are 0 books. Except that cute, very cute bat. So how many books are there on my list? Some that are like, okay, so we'll see. I will count. 10 books, and most of them are YA and middle grade, and I'm not middle grade probably, but I'm not in a YA mood. Crap. And I own 0 of them. Like last time at least owned some of them. Okay, this is interesting. I have definitely found several of them from a library, so that's probably where I go most, but that was a list. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, 10 books. I might DNF some. For instance, The Immortals. Like, really? Honestly, that's probably the one that I'm like, The Immortals. Like, I recognize the author. I do own at least one book by her. So honestly, that's the one that I'm the most worried about. And I mean, am I in a sci-fi mood? Not really, but I'm definitely not in a YA mood. So yeah, those are 10 books, and I know own 0 of them. So that will be a thing. But yeah, so those are the 10 books that are on my want to read list. Want to? Well, apparently this because I put them on Goodreads want to read shelf. So we'll see. Is there any one of those that you recognize? And you go, oh, you definitely need to try that one, you will love it. Please tell me down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.